All right, what is up, everybody? Here I have the Xbox Series S. First time even owning an Xbox product, to be honest with you. So this is gonna be entertaining for both of us, hopefully. So first thing is first. This is very small. I recently unboxed the PlayStation 5. You can go check out that video. That was huge. The PS5 is, it's a big console. The box was big, and the box Sony shipped that in was big. I bought that directly from Sony, and I bought this directly from Microsoft. I have the box sitting over there, and I for some reason didn't believe that this was the console at first, just because how small it was. Now I've seen pictures, I've watched a couple videos about the Series S and Series X, but I'm more of a PlayStation, Nintendo, like Japanese gaming side of things. Those were my first consoles. So the extent of me owning any Xbox or Microsoft product, for that matter, has been I got a Xbox 360 from a garage sale for like $15 a few years, or a long while back. So that's it. I mean, the disk drive didn't work. I used it to play a few arcade games that like already were on the hard drive, and it's packed. I've never touched it since. I've never purchased an Xbox 360 game. My brother had a 360, so I did play a lot with him because we couldn't obviously do crossplay way back when. I had a PlayStation 3, he had an Xbox 360. So, I play with him, and so I'm familiar with like the controllers, the old layout, Windows like 7 or whatever. Before they went all in, I haven't used any of the new anything. So this is also first impressions and just a PlayStation guy's take on the Xbox. So that it is. So first, the packaging. It's tiny. It is very minimalistic, I think. It's very clean. The console on the front, Series S. Now, one thing that worries me is this is an all digital, right? No disc. It even shows it right there. There's no disc drive. So this is all digital, and so for some reason they shipped it with a 512 gigabyte SSD. Now, I gave crap to Sony. When I was buying the PS5, I was like, what, 825? I barely had, 7. I didn't even have 700 gigs after Astro's Playroom or whatever that was. I didn't play it. And then, the operating system took up a lot of space, and I'm expecting the same for this. I'm expecting maybe 400 gigabytes at best, if that. Is ridiculous. And I was looking at their expansion. I know that they sell like some proprietary little SSD stick thing. If I bought that with this, I might as well have bought the Series X. And the reason I bought this is because this is going to be a secondary console. It doesn't do 4K, so I'm probably not going to hook this up in my living room or even my bedroom. I think I just got a 4K TV from my parent-in-law or parent-in-laws or whatever. Parent-in-laws? Is that right? Anyway, and I don't know. I bought it on a whim. It was literally, I woke up, I got a notification saying these are in stock. Oops. And I just picked it up. So here we are. On the bottom we have legal stuff, boring. On the side here, they're advertising 120 frames per second, gaming up to 120, Xbox Velocity architecture, I don't know what that is. 512 gigabyte solid state drive, yes, I'm aware. High dynamic range, cool. No disk drive, okay, whatever, that's why it was cheap. And then shows me what that includes. I'd hope it had Wi-Fi. The fact that they're advertising it with Wi-Fi, 2021, really? Okay, Xbox, but you never know nowadays. On the back here, they have a showcase of games. I'm assuming these are games that are on Game Pass, or maybe it's just stuff that, stuff that they want you to get or whatever. But I That's mainly what I got it for. I'm not going to be playing. I'm not going to be buying anything. I'm literally using this for Game Pass. I don't even know if I'll keep it in the long run. I'm just checking it out, giving it a shot. So, you know. Anyway, let's get to the fun stuff here. So I already took the tape off because it was very, very, like the stickers, they weren't just like little security stickers. They were like glued on almost. So I did all that because it was really loud and it was like tearing up the microphone. So I just did that, but opening it, have not done that yet. Wow. Okay, so this is not impressive at all. It's not even trying to give you any sort of... I mean, the extent of them putting effort into this was the Xbox logo, or the Xbox is kind of... is just like... Okay, I get it. I mean, it was cheap, sure. I don't know if that's just what they're doing, if this was all recycled or something. I don't know, but that's a thing. Right up front though, consoles here, and this is just so small. Like I can't, after having the PS5 I've been playing that a ton, and before that the PS4 Pro, that was also a big console. This is just tiny, but I kind of appreciate that. So I guess I'll get this out of the way. And this is just a little quick start guide, looks like, putting batteries in, syncing the remote, all that sort of stuff. Let's see, okay, so console. Okay, so in here we have a high-speed HDMI cable. So I'm assuming this is just high-speed. The PlayStation 5 came with a high-speed cable, but it was actually mislabeled because the PS5 supports, 4K 120 and 8K 60 and all that stuff. So it does it came with a 2.1 ultra high-speed cable. I'm assuming this doesn't do 4K, which is another. They cut the weirdest corners is all I'm saying, right? I mean, I would have preferred. I don't know. It's a weird compromise, but we'll see how it goes in the long run. So HDMI cable, normal power cable. So which is nice that there's no big power brick. I remember the Xbox 360 was infamous for that. So I'm glad that that's not a thing. We have warranty stuff. I don't care about that. And then controller. Now I've not used an Xbox controller in any way, shape, or form since the 360. So not extensively. I mean, I've picked up, my brother-in-law had an Xbox One or has one. I don't know, but I've used that a couple times. I haven't extensively sat with one or anything. So box out of the way. Cables, we don't need those anymore either. So push those aside, and we'll start with the controller. So, double A's. Looks like OEM Duracells. Yes. Okay. Cool. Not putting those in right now either. So we'll just take a look at the controller here. What is that? Why? And apparently that's a thing. Okay, it is coming off. I don't know why this is dirty out of the box. I don't understand. That's like the only bit, but... So out of the box, I don't know why it's dirty. That's not good, I guess. Whatever. But this texture on it, I'm not... Why? Just... Why? Okay. Other than that, though, I mean, the triggers feel... I mean, this feels a lot like the 360 controller from my memory. I mean, obviously I haven't used one. D-pad is clicky, really clicky. I kind of like that though, actually, instead of it being mushy. And I also like that it is one thing, the DualSense controller and PlayStation controllers, they had 4 separate buttons, which, I mean, it did the job, but having a full-on, like, D-pad like that would be nice. Everything feels, I mean, buttons feel good. I mean, it's a controller, obviously. Headphone jack on the bottom and some sort of expansion port thing. Looks like this is where the batteries will go. Kind of gonna be a weird thing to get used to. Just kidding, I had a Wii. So there's that. I remember when the PlayStation 3 was big, Xbox 360, that's all I heard. People talk crap on me all the time. Oh, the 360 controller is better, blah, blah, blah. And the DualSense 5, mind you, I mean the DualShock 4, that had major upgrades, and I preferred that over, you know, the few times I've used an Xbox One controller. And from my understanding, they haven't changed anything or anything much. It's essentially the same, I guess. So there's that. But yeah, I feel like the DualSense 5 has more to be excited about. Not just the rumble, right? I feel like because they made just such a gigantic leap forward in design, it feels next gen. This, I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, obviously is what they're going with, but it doesn't feel exciting just because it's the same controller that we've seen, you know, market. Like, I digress. That's the controller. Console now. So, power my dreams. Okay, I'll try. Let's get rid of that. And I still can't get over how tiny this is. Now, one thing I do know, just from pictures, I haven't obviously seen this in person or anything, but this design in general, not even just the size of it, but this like speaker looking thing, like, I like that it looks like a speaker because on a shelf it'll just be that, you know, like you won't really tell, but I still feel like it's just a weird choice, right? Whether it was they're trying to be bold. I mean, the PS5 is a bold choice. That is a very, you know, you love it or you hate it sort of thing. And I personally love it. I feel like Xbox perhaps was trying to do the exact same, trying to combat that, right? The Xbox Series X is just a black brick. Like, there's nothing thrilling about it. It's a black brick. People thought the Xbox One, I mean, I thought the Xbox One was the most unimaginative thing. Like, you know what I mean? And then they're like, hey, let's one up that. And then the PS5, I don't know how, obviously, but this is a weird design choice. I don't hate it though. I mean, I think this is going to be one of those things that you're either going to hate it or maybe you're just neutral about it. And I don't love it. I feel like they could have just made it all white, or maybe all black, perhaps. I don't know. I'm sure skins will be very easy, obviously, for this console, because it's just a box. So as long as you don't cover up these vents, you're good. But other than that, I mean, it's very simple. There's no, I mean, the front of it is very, very empty. Like, you have your sync button, USB. And I think, yeah, power button right there. Little bit of branding on the top next to the speaker. And then on the back you have your very, very basic, like you have power, HDMI, Ethernet, and a couple USB ports, right? That's it. There's no, I mean, storage expansion, of course. It was just, like I said, I think it's ridiculous that they would like, what they're charging for those is just, it kind of defeats the purpose of this, which is why I feel like they should have just from the get-go put at least a terabyte really into this, and then maybe gave the Series X 2 terabytes. I just spitballing there, but I do like that you don't need a stand. The PS5, right, because of its design, you need a stand, and I mean, it's Not a big deal because I haven't moved it from once I set it up, but if I did want to move it around, I have to undo a screw, flip it around, line things up. This is just like, simplicity seems to be what Xbox is going for. The two dynamics here, right? Microsoft is it's gonna sit in your it's gonna sit in your on your desk or in your entertainment center and call it good. So the fact that I can quickly just plop it up, plop it down, depending on how I want to put it. I might even just have it facing straight out, just embrace the speaker thing of it. But then of course the sideways Xbox. I wish would have been cool is if they had, I know it wouldn't make any sense, but technically you could if this sync button wasn't completely sticking out. But anyway, that is my take on the Xbox Series S. Again, I bought this as a secondary console. I'm not going to be, I'm not looking at this as a versus the PS5. This is not meant for that. If you're buying this and comparing it to a PlayStation 5 digital edition, even two separate, this is meant for people like me that would normally never purchase an Xbox, but the price point is there, right? It's not designed to take over, if I have a Series X or if I have, I have the PS5. This isn't designed to replace that, I don't think. I think this is specifically designed to get people into that Game Pass. I think that's really what Xbox is pushing. And I think it's a good choice. So, I mean, if you're looking, obviously I'll have a more intensive review. I will compare it to the PS5, mostly graphics wise. I'm not going to do all the, unfair stuff, but I will kind of do side by side with certain games and stuff. And we'll take a look, and hopefully it works out pretty well. The only thing I'm really worried about is that SSD filling up real quick. So we'll go from there. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. You know what to do to stay up to date, so you can look out for those future videos, and see you in the next one.